Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this WCBN presentation of Michigan Volleyball as the University of Michigan Wolverines welcome the Bowling Green Falcons to the Chrysler Center. My name is Joshua Tenzer, and today, as the Bowling Green Falcons take on the Michigan Wolverines, it is the final game of the Michigan Wolverines non-conference schedule. Next week, they will be on the road, starting off their weekend in Rutgers, but the task ahead of them is an interesting one. The Bowling Green Falcons are just 5-5, while Michigan has just one loss on the season, making them, I believe, 9-1. While Bowling Green doesn't have that many wins, and they do struggle to put together wins in a series, they do have back-to-back wins for the second time this season, beating Mississippi State in the last game. Mississippi State, the team that also just lost to Michigan on Friday as part of this three-team Michigan challenge. That's what the tournament's called. The Bowling Green Falcons have some real stars on their team, despite the inability to win a whole bunch of games, and they do struggle against other opponents as well. The Bowling Green Falcons have Yelianis Torres, who has, pardon me, I was looking at it backwards, Kat Mansley, who leads the team with 3.22 kills per set, and Caitlin Meyer, who also has over 3 kills per set. They're getting ready to announce the starters here. In the fashion that they always do here at the University of Michigan, the starters, with one of my favorite traditions for Michigan volleyball, toss little souvenir volleyballs to the fans and to the children in the stands when they are announced as a starter. The University of Michigan has been a fantastic blocking team so far, getting a significant portion of their points through blocks. That front line of, Jess Merzik, Scotty Johnson, May Pertovsky, absolutely fantastic. Maddie Dowd is starting at setter for the Wolverines today. The defensive specialist and libero, Hannah Grant, as well. Jess Robinson, another starter with a great throw to the stands for her souvenir volleyball. Jackie Boney, rounding out the front line. Then on the back line for Michigan, May Pertovsky, the senior out of Los Angeles, California. Kendall Murray as well. The hometown hero from Ann Arbor, Michigan. The Wolverines, with their starters they're picking so far, and of course their captain Jess Merzik is the seventh and final starter, rather. They have gone with an incredibly offensive lineup. All 5 of their best attackers and their best setter in the starting lineup. On the other side of things, the Bowling Green Falcons, Yelanis Torres, Jaden Waltz, one of the two sets of sisters, Jaden Waltz and her sister, Julia Waltz. Julia Waltz is not starting. Petra Indrova, out of the Czech Republic, is starting. Jessica Andrews, Kat Mansley, Lauren Hovey, and Alexis Metal. Metil, perhaps. And it's 2 p.m., meaning that first serve is going to come up very shortly. Bowling Green will go first. Thank you for joining us on this Football Sunday. If you want to hear recaps of all football games and recaps of Michigan's dominating win over UConn, you can tune in tomorrow from 6 to 6:30 as WCBN's flagship show, The Daily Sports Report, airs over the airwaves on 88.3, or you can go to WCBN.org and listen in the browser. Kendall Murray is lining up for the serve. So the ref in the corner was confused, and as was I. The University of Michigan will get the first serve in this game. Murray lining up on the far side. Michigan are on radio right. Bowling Green on radio left. The serve from Murray goes cross court. Played well by the libero for Bowling Green. Towards the near side, up over the tip. Diving to keep the ball alive is Hannah Grant. And Jess Merzik's attack goes into the net. An unforced error. And the University of Michigan falls behind early 1-0. Serving for the Falcons, Petra Indrova. On the near side. Very close to the sideline. That goes cross court. Played well by Murray. Set by Dow towards the center. And Robinson with a kill. Sent the ball right down the center of the court. Bounced off of the back line for Bowling Green and then towards the ground. They couldn't control it. And now Robinson, after getting the kill, will serve from the far side. 1 or 2 paces away from the far sideline. Goes down the line. Set by the Falcons towards the near side. And that is inbounds. Kendall Murray got out of the way thinking it would be out. The ball fell just on the line. Bowling Green takes the ball back 2-1. Teams alternating points early in this first set. Alexis Mathiel serves down the line on the far side for the Wolverines. Set by Dowd. Attack by Boney. Unsuccessful. Wolverines partially block the attack from Bowling Green. Now Bowling Green's block, is unsuccessful as the ball will fall between the blockers and the net. Michigan gets a point right back. 2-2 is the score. Coming in as setter, Scotty Johnson. Johnson and Dowd platooning that setter position. Both doing wonderfully. And the serve from May Pertovsky finds the net for a service error. 3-2 Bowling Green. Lauren Hovey with 15 kills in her last game and 15 assists. Her first career double-double. Her serve goes cross-court. Set by Johnson towards the near side, and the attack from the Wolverines is good. 3-3 Michigan and the Bowling Green Falcons keeping it close through the first 6 sets. That kill by Kendall Murray. Merzik serves from the near side. Inbounds toward the center, played up by the libero. Attack partially blocked by the Wolverines front line, set by Johnson to the far side. And Jackie Boney with an attack that finds the hardwood. Michigan, the first team to get back-to-back points in this set. 4-3 is the score. The hometown team in the lead. Serve from Merzik goes down the line. And the attack from Bowling Green just tipped up and over the front line for the Wolverines. That will find the court as well. Bowling Green Falcons tie the game right back up. Wolverines had a lot of problems with service errors last game, and that seems to be continuing today as well. Early in this game, Bowling Green finding 2 of their points from service errors. A couple desperation plays from the Wolverines, but they keep the ball alive and send it back over. And an unforced error from number 7 in black and orange, Jessica Andrews. Wolverines couldn't control the ball after an attack, but keeping it alive is Hannah Grant. She sends the ball over on the first touch, and trying to capitalize on that attack is Jessica Andrews. She'll send the ball into the net. Wolverines take the lead again, 5-4. Hannah Grant serves cross court. And the Wolverines return the ball back to the Bowling Green side with an attack that finds the court. Kill by Robinson. Wolverines lead 6-4, their biggest lead. Grant goes cross court. And I'm unsure as to what the whistle was there, but a point for Michigan. off the serve. Wasn't service ace. The whistle was blown before the serve. They're calling a service ace, though. Grant serves again from the near side. Cross court, hits the net. And 3 service aces, a majority of Bowling Green's points. Service errors, rather. Score is 5-7. Michigan Wolverines in the lead. The scoreboard in the stadium is wrong. Kill by Robinson. Receiving the attack well. Set up by Scotty Johnson towards the near side. Robinson runs to the front line, goes cross court with it. 8-5. Scotty Johnson will serve. She, like several other Wolverines, are a bit hit and miss with her serves. She'll go down the line. Played up by the Bowling Green Falcons, and the attack by Jaden Waltz goes cross court. Pardon me, that's Mia Tyler from the far side. That'll go cross court and find the back near side corner. 6-8 is the score. Wolverines still lead by 2. In their last game, the Bowling Green Falcons took an early 2-0 lead in terms of sets over Mississippi State. Mississippi State, though, charged back, brought it to a 5th and final set, where Bowling Green won that one 15-8. That was Thursday. Michigan also played Mississippi State in their most recent game. They looked as dominant as they've looked all season against the Bulldogs. They also went up early 2-0. Looked a bit more mortal in the third set, dropping that one, but reestablished their dominance in the 4th set. Hannah Grant bumps the ball over her head behind her back, and a charging attack from Lauren Hovey. That's her first kill of the game, coming down the near sideline with speed. Great misdirection there with a backward set from the setter for Bowling Green, Jaden Waltz. Robinson's kill finds the block for Bowling Green, and as Bowling Green counterattacks, the block for Wolverines works. That's the first blocking point for the Wolverines, and they establish a 2-point lead again. 9-7 is the score. That block out front by Pertovsky and Merzik. No, Robinson and Pertovsky, rather. Bowling Green attacks down the far side. The attack goes far. Point Michigan, 10-7. Kendall Murray will serve for the Wolverines. Her last serve was the first point of the game, a service error towards the center of the net. This time she goes cross court. Bumped up by Torres at the back line, going near side, and the attack just out of reach of Hannah Grant for the Wolverines on the near side of the court. Point Bowling Green Falcons. They cut the lead to within 2. It's 10-8. Petra Indova will serve for the Falcons. From the far side, down the line, bumped up by Murray, set by Dowd to the near side. The attack blocked in front, but it goes out. Point Michigan. It's 11-8, but a strong block, and congratulations from her teammates to Lauren Hovey. Jess Robinson serves down the far sideline. A long set goes to the near side. Attack blocked by the Wolverines. Second attack, that finds Maddie Dowd off guard. Point for the Bowling Green Falcons. Serve from Bowling Green on the far side. Stays on the line. And a wild attack by Kendall Murray. 8 or 9 feet past the baseline. goes out. Point for the Bowling Green Falcons, back within 1. That is Kendall Murray's first error on the day. She's got 1 kill and 1 error on 2 attempts for hitting percentage of 0. Alexis Medal serves, well controlled by the Wolverines, set by Dow towards the near side. Playing well is Merzik with the attack. Bowling Green can't handle it after a couple of desperation touches. The third touch finds the net. Calling that a kill by Merzik to put the Wolverines up 10-12. Pertovsky will serve. All the way close to the near sideline, goes cross court with it. Having to retreat to play it is Petra Indrova. And the attack goes into the net. That's an attacking error on the Bowling Green Falcons. Michigan back up by 3, 13-10. Pertovsky will serve again. She also has a service error on the day. Cross court. That one had a lot of heat on it. Finds Petra Indrova. Bowling Green tips over the blocks of Michigan. Scotty Johnson set to the near side. Kill by Merzik as Bowling Green, specifically Kat Manley, wasn't able to control it with the dig. The ball goes into the stands, and Bowling Green will call a timeout. We will be right back with you in 1 minute after this timeout. We are back with the University of Michigan Wolverines volleyball as they play against Bowling Green to close out their non-conference slate. The University of Michigan have lost just 1 game. They are 8-1, and that game was against Duke, a 1-3 loss where all of the sets were incredibly close, all within 4 points. Save for the last, which was within 6. Pertovsky serves from the near side to the far side. And Maddie Dow dives to keep the ball alive, but she just can't do it. Point for the Bowling Green Falcons. It is 11-14. Wolverines come out with a more defensive scheme. Amber Beals subbed in. That kill gets credited to Kat Manley. Bowling Green serves. Cross court, played up by Beals, set by Johnson to the near side. Kendall Murray with an attack goes into the net. Goes into a block into the net. Michigan back up by 4, 15-11. It's Murray's second kill of the day. Merzik will serve from the near side, 2 paces away from the sideline. Stays down the line. Bumped by Kat Manley to the far side, and the attack goes out of bounds. Mia Tyler, too much heat on that one. Her first attacking error of the day. Michigan up by 5 now, 16-11. Merzik, 3 paces in a jump. Volleyball players while serving, creatures of habit. The attack by Bowling Green, blocked out in front by Boney and Robinson. Another Michigan point as the gap widens. 17-11 is the score. Kaylin Meyer comes in for Bowling Green. They're bringing in more attacking players, trying to counteract this Wolverines 3-0 run. Merzik with a service ace. The Bowling Green Falcons get out of the way, but the ball will drop onto the baseline, and another timeout by Bowling Green since their last one. Michigan has scored 4 straight points after Bowling Green got 1 on the kill by Kat Manley. We mentioned it last game, but the Wolverines are a team that doesn't just revolve around one player to get all the kills. They work so well as a front line. So far, through 29 points, Robinson with 2 kills, 4 kills, Merzik with 2 kills, Murray with 2 kills, Boney and Pertovsky with 1 each. Johnson has 6 assists, Maddie Dowd with 4 assists, Hannah Grant with 4 digs. I mean, this team is rolling, and they'll be playing against Rutgers next, a Rutgers team which is always at the bottom of the Big Ten. Last year, they posed little threat, I believe winning just 1 to 5 Big Ten games, and they find themselves again towards the bottom of the Big Ten. Just Iowa and Illinois beneath them with a 6-5 record. Merzik serves. Cross court. Last time the Bowling Green Falcons called a timeout, they won the point. Green attacks from the far side. Cross court finds the hardwood. It's 18-12. Bowling Green will serve. Caitlin Meyer, the recent substitution, coming in and making an immediate impact. Lauren Hovey with the assist. Serving for the Falcons, Kat Mandley. Cross court, set by Johnson. No, she tips it over the net. Bowling Green was caught off guard, but not enough to make them lose the point as they counter with an attack, and they score as diving to reach the ball is Hannah Grant. She touches the ball but isn't able to control it. It'll hit the ground. 18-13. Bowling Green cuts the lead to 5. Manley serves cross court, played up by Beals, set by Johnson to the near side. Attack and a kill by by Jackie Boney, rather. 19-3 is the score. Hannah Grant will serve. Cross court bumped up well by the Bowling Green Falcons, giving them enough time to prepare an attack. Attack by Murray, blocked out in front. That'll find Amber Beals on the top of the head. After the block, Wolverines can't recover. 19-14. Hannah Grant leads the Big Ten in service aces with 2/3 of a service ace per set. Attack by Bowling Green finds the hardwood. Petra Indrova, daughter of Peter and Petra Indrova. She has one brother, Patrick Indrova. She gets her first kill of the day. Unforced error by the Bowling Green Falcons. The attack goes into the net. Michigan 5 points away from winning the set. And up by 5. May Pertovsky subs in. In for Beals. Scotty Johnson serves from the far side, down the line. Set towards the far side, blocked out in front by the Wolverines. Michigan scores another point, up by 6. 4 to go till the victory of the set. That block by Jess Robinson and May Pertovsky on the attack by Caitlin Meyer. Johnson down the line, set by the Falcons. and then tipped up and over the net. Diving to keep the play alive is Beals. She does. Wolverines send it back to the Bowling Green Falcons side. Couple of quick first touch sending the balls over before Bowling Green makes an error on a set. It'll hit the out pole on the net. Point for the Wolverines, just 3 away. Johnson with another serve. Wolverines on a 3-0 scoring run. Set behind the back to the near side, and a kill for Bowling Green as it goes cross court and shallow, striking the ground. 16-22 is the score. And serving for the Falcons will be Jaden Waltz, sister of Julia Waltz. Both Waltz sisters in for a couple points this set. The attack goes down the line. Robinson with a fake attack, leaving it up for Merzik to tip the ball over. That was blocked in front by the Falcons. Now the Falcons with an attack. Diving to keep the play alive is Grant. She cannot. Bowling Green back within 5, but time is running out. Wolverines need just 3 points to win the set. Waltz now serves from the far side. Set by Dowd, attack by Robinson, played up by Waltz. So now Bowling Green turns to attack, blocked in front by Robinson. This attack finds its way over the block of the Wolverines. And the kill by Kendall Murray will strike the ground despite Waltz diving to keep the play alive. 23-17 is the score, and the ball's in Kendall Murray's hands on the far side as the Wolverines just 2 points away. Murray down the line. Bumped by Torres. The attack from Lauren Hovey. Kept up by Beals rather. Wolverines play the ball on the near side. Attack from the center by Murray. And a double touch by Petra Indrova will bring Michigan to set point. The fans brought to their feet by the drumming of the Michigan Volleyball Band. Quite a large contingency of Bowling Green fans making their way up from Ohio. Lots of orange in the crowd. Murray goes cross court with the serve. The attack tipped by the block of the Wolverines. Attack by Merzik and off the block. And it'll strike the out of bounds pole. Point Michigan. Wolverines take set 1, 25-17 with a whopping 15 kills, just 3 errors, 16 kills with just 3 errors on 29 attacks for a team hitting percentage of .448. Johnson totaling 9 assists, Dowd with 5 and Grant with 2. And 1 service ace to Hannah Grant. Couple service errors for the Wolverines. And in terms of kills, 5 for Robinson, 4 for Merzik, 4 for Murray, 2 for Bonnie, and 1 for Pertovsky. On the other side of things, no one player for Bowling Green stands out. Several players having 2 or more. Pardon me, that's 5 players having 2 kills or more, with Caitlin Meyer having 3. The team is hitting at a 147 hitting percentage, 12 kills on 7 errors on 34 attempts. In the time between sets, we will take you around the NFL for a quick Sunday NFL scoreboard. The Jets and Browns find themselves knotted up at 14 at the half. Patriots lead the Steelers by a touchdown 10-3 as that game is slowly finding its way. 13 seconds till halftime. Got a lot of games in halftime here. It's just that time of the day. Colts trail the Jaguars by 17 halfway through that. Saints up on the Buccaneers 3-0. Panthers and Giants knotted up at 6s. That's 2 field goals for each team. Giants having their two in the first quarter, and the Panthers having their 2 in the second quarter. All of them in the 30 to 40 yard range. Commanders trail the Detroit Lions 22-0 with less than a minute left in that game. I tell you what. Oh, and the Ravens are leading the Dolphins 21-7. And on a trip to the Diamond, the Mets strand bases loaded, getting just one run on that opportunity. They lead the Pirates by one as they look to complete the 4-game sweep with Jacob deGrom on the mound. The Detroit Tigers trail the White Sox in the bottom of the 6th, 3-7. The Marlins and the Nationals in the basement of the NL East. Marlins winning that game in the top of the 4th, 1-0. The Phillies and Braves tied up at 0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Phillies almost put together a comeback last night, falling just short, losing 4-3 as the Braves and the Mets keep duking it out for that top spot in the NL East, and with it, a bye. Whoever claims that will be second in the NL and get a bye, whereas whoever is second in the NL East will have to play a wild card game. A lot of stakes as we get down closer towards the end of the season. The Orioles and the Blue Jays battling for perhaps that final spot in the AL wild card. They're tied up at 0 in the top of the 3rd. And the Yankees trying to stop what's been a little bit of a downwards trend over the past couple weeks. They're tied up at 0s in the bottom of the 1st. We are back with set number 2 between the Michigan Wolverines and the Bowling Green Falcons, serving as Jaden Waltz, and she will strike the top of the net, and it'll just tip over. The Wolverines able to dive to keep the play alive, sending the ball back towards the Bowling Green side, and a block by Pertovsky will find the net. Wolverines trail early again. Cross-court serve by Waltz. And an attack error by the Wolverines puts them down by 2. Their largest deficit of the day. Waltz and the Falcons trying to keep the momentum rolling. The attack error was by Maddie Dowd, the setter. Kendall Murray with the attack. That'll hit the block in front by Bowling Green, but come down on the Bowling Green side of the net. 2-1 is the score. Serving specialist Brooke Humphrey. First action today. She loves her standing serves from the middle. Bowling Green has to scramble, but they do get the ball up over the net. The attack by Pertovsky finds the block by Hovey. Bowling Green up 3-1. That will go down as Pertovsky's first attack error of the day. Now Bowling Green will serve from the far side. Petra Indrova played up by Murray. Wolverines can't control the ball. It goes up and over the net. And the attack by Kat Mandley on the near side, blocked in front by Michigan. Michigan has 2 points on the day, on the set. This set, rather. Both of them on blocks. Pertovsky will serve for the Wolverines. She starts farther back than most other players, choosing to get quite the run-up. Gets a lot of verticality, and that's a service ace for Pertovsky. Her first of the day. That's her third service ace this season. So it goes cross-court, can't be controlled by the dig of the Bowling Green Falcons star player Kat Manley, and a service error by Pertovsky. That will be her second of the day. Bowling Green back up by 1. 4-3 is the score. Mathiel will serve down the line, clips the top of the net. Wolverines able to play it. Attack blocked out in front. Twice in a row for the Wolverines. Another attack. This one goes well. Jess Merzik from the far side. Cross court and shallow. That'll find the hardwood. It is 4-4. And now Merzik after that attack, and Kill will serve. Merzik, cross court. Bumped up by Indrova. And a bump set attack pattern goes easy as can be. Wolverines trail by 1. 5-4. Lauren Hovey, 2 kills on the day and 5 assists. She'll serve, cross court, set by Johnson behind her back, and the attack by Pertovsky with power goes cross court, dug well by the Bowling Green Falcons defensive specialist Julia Waltz, but the dig goes over the net and out of bounds. Wolverines tied up at 5. And Michigan gets the point as the setter for the Bowling Green Falcons lands on the white line. Attacking error. Wolverines up 6-5, their first lead of the set. It was a bad set by Lauren Hovey. Wolverines serve to the far side, and the light attack by Caitlin Meyer goes up and over the block and floats down just in front of the baseline. 6-6 is the score. Falcons serve cross court, and receiving the serve, the ball will go over the net just barely and fall down on the Bowling Green side. Wolverines up by 1. Pertovsky in for the Wolverines, and Scotty Johnson will serve from the near side. Loves to serve on the right wing. Wolverines on radio left. Bowling Green on radio right. Johnson goes down towards the center of the court. Set by Hovey. The ball is tipped up and over by Indrova. Still in the center horizontally. Set by Johnson. Robinson with a fake kill. Just tips the ball over. Diving to keep the play alive is the libero for Bowling Green, Yelanis Torres. She cannot get to the ball in time. Michigan leads by 2. 8-6 is the score. Scotty Johnson goes cross court this time. Going to her knees to keep the play alive is Julia Waltz. The attack by Bowling Green goes through the block. Wolverines keep the play alive, though. And a couple of desperation plays by the Wolverines don't pan out. Already on the ground, having to kick the ball up and alive is Hannah Grant. But the Wolverines can't regain control, and Scotty Johnson slides towards the baseline to try something to keep the play alive. That'll be the third touch, and the ball doesn't find its way over the net. Wolverines up by just 1 now. It's 8-7. Torres serves cross court. Bumped up by Merzik towards the near side. Attack by Kendall Murray. Touches the block before going out of bounds. Point Michigan. 9-7 is the score. Kendall Murray serves cross court. Set from the far side. And the Wolverines can't control the ball. It'll go up and over the net after the second touch. And a first touch attack from Bowling Green will cut the lead back to 1. It's 9-8 Wolverines lead. Alexis Metal reacting quickly at the front line, seeing the ball going just over the net. Jaden Waltz with the serve. Bumped by Murray. Set by Dow to the far side. The attack. Blocked in front. Bowling Green ties the game up at 9. Waltz will serve again. Stays down the line, played by Murray from her knees. Merzik with the attack. Perfectly placed. Torres dives to keep it alive. Cannot do it. Point Michigan. It's 10-9. Torres, the senior out of Puerto Rico. She was academic all MAC, and last year found herself as MAC East Defensive Player of the Week once. Michigan with another blocking point to put them up by 2. The attack by Lauren Hovey, blocked out front by Boney and Pertovsky. The serve played well by Bowling Green, and the attack clips the top of the block for the Wolverines before finding its way out of bounds. Wolverines still lead, but by the slimmest of margins, it's 11-10 midway through the second set. Wolverines make a couple substitutions. Going with a more defensive set. The serve by Androva, bumped by Murray. And Dowd just tips the ball up over her head over the net. Looking like she was going to go for a set before dropping her left hand and tipping the ball over with her right. But it'll strike the net. Bowling Green wins the point, tied up at 11. Androva, float serve down the line on the far side. Merzik with the attack, blocked in front, and the ball will go out of bounds after the block from Bowling Green. Michigan retakes the lead 12-11. Johnson comes in for Dowd, and Pertovsky will serve for the Wolverines. Pertovsky with 2 service errors on the day, and 1 service ace, and that'll be her 3rd service error. She's been struggling from the serves recently. Rough day for her. Mathiel serves from the center of the court for the Falcons. Set by Johnson behind her back towards the near side. And the tip from Pertovsky goes just barely out of bounds. Must be a millimeter off the line. Bowling Green retakes the lead 12-13. Mathiel serves. Couple paces towards the near sideline on the left wing. Cross court, and will strike the baseline. Service ace for Alexis Mathiel. The Wolverines arguing the call. Specifically, Hannah Grant, who was right there, but so was the line judge. And a challenge called by Michigan Wolverines head coach Mark Rosen. Seeing as we're in Chrysler Arena and not keen, there is a video review board. And the fans seem to think it's out. The view we have from the review board looks inconclusive. Unless the referees have a better camera angle, it doesn't appear like it'll be overturned. The ball sails towards the far sideline and drops either just on the baseline or just over it. It's going to be a real tough call. Really can go either way. It's one of those 50-50 decisions that's probably just going to end up the same way it was called on the field because there's not enough evidence to find it either way. And the review comes back. The call will stand. So again, inconclusive. Just like football, if it stands, that means it wasn't confirmed. But it wasn't able to be overturned either. Bowling Green point. The Falcons up by 2 in this middle stretch of the second set. 14-12. Set by Mateel. Diving bump by Merzik. And then set by Johnson over the net. Bowling Green wasn't ready for it. Good misdirection. A little bit of trickeration there from Scotty Johnson. The junior out of Dayton, Ohio. Merzik will serve from the far side. Played well by Jalen Waltz. Johnson will serve behind her back towards the near side and keeps the ball alive, diving towards the wood. Great reflexes there by the Wolverines to keep the play alive, and this time the tip works for Bowling Green. Kendall Murray falls to try to keep the ball in the air, and she cannot. Bowling Green up by 2, 15-13 is the score. Lauren Hovey, 3 kills and 3 errors on the day and 13 attempts with 6 assists. She'll serve. Goes cross court. Attack by Pertovsky, bumped up by Hovey. And the attack stays on the near sideline for Caitlin Meyer, but just out of bounds. Point Michigan, they cut the lead to 1. It's 14-15. Timeout called by the referees as they review the play. This will be another 50-50 call unless the replay camera shows something significant. And unfortunately, the camera angle that we are shown on the Chrysler Arena Jumbotron, oh, that's in. That looks in, from my point of view. It looks like the attack stays on the near sideline. Yeah, that looks in. Just barely. It falls down towards the service line. Ball didn't have a lot of velocity on it. I'll expect this one to get overturned. And it's not. The call is confirmed, so apparently the refs have a better angle on it than we do. That call is confirmed to have been out. Wolverines trail by 1, 14-15. The attack error by Caitlin Meyer. And there's the better camera angle that we have, showing that it is indeed just out. The serve by Grant. Uncontrolled by the Bowling Green Falcons as their attack goes out of bounds on the near sideline. About 10 feet behind the net. Another serve from Grant. She's got 1 service ace on the day. Bowling Green able to return this one. The attack by Merzik. Well dug by Torres. That ball had a lot of heat on it. Set by Johnson. Another attack by Merzik. Another dig by Torres. This time the dig doesn't find its way inbounds. It'll go over towards the stands. Michigan leads 16-15. They're on a 3-0 scoring run now. Grant serves. Bowling Green having a hard time controlling it. And it's a point Michigan on a bad set by, I believe, Lauren Hovey. It is Lauren Hovey. And timeout, Bowling Green. We'll be back with you after this timeout. Don't change that YouTube channel. One more minute, we'll be right back. Both times, Bowling Green called a timeout after Michigan scoring run. They got the very next point. We'll see what happens here as Hannah Grant will serve from the far sideline. Ball will drop towards the center of the court. Attack by Robinson on the first touch. That's a kill. 18-15 is the score. Wolverines lead by 3. She saw an opening and she took it. It's now a 5-0 scoring run. Grant with the serve. And then Johnson with the fake set. Tip the ball over the net move. Michigan's rolling. Don't look now. They're up 19-15 on a 6-0 scoring run. Tell you what, there's something special when Maddie Dowd serves. This team just seems to be clicking. They've got their defensive setup out there with Beals and Dowd out. But whenever Dowd is serving, this team just finds itself on a roll. Fantastic dig by Merzik. And then Grant climbs the coach's chairs to get the second touch, but she can't control it. The ball will hit the ground. Wolverines up by 3, 19-16. Indrova to serve. Cross court. Received by Grant. And the attack by Robinson from the near side. Cross court. Michigan point. 20-16. He comes in for Grant. Pardon me, that's Beals. Grant still in the game. Scotty Johnson will serve. She's a bit closer to the sideline this time than usual. Julia Waltz has to go to her knees to receive the serve. The attack dug by Beals on a diving dig. Merzik with the attack after the set from Johnson. Received by Bowling Green. And the tip by Indrova will find Hardwood. 17-20 is the score. Wolverines still up by 3. But it will be the Bowling Green libero Torres to serve. She'll serve from the far side. Torres out of Puerto Rico. Received well by the Wolverines. And Kendall Murray with a light touch on the third touch to keep the ball in play and send it over the net. Fakes out the whole Bowling Green defense, especially with the powerful attacks she's had in the past couple days and this game. She gets a point for the Wolverines, 21-17, and now she'll serve. Hovey with the set. Attack by Androva blocked in front, and a bad set by Hovey will give Michigan the point. It's 22-17. Kendall Murray to serve from the center. Towards near side, bumped by Androva. Towards the far side, and a bump by Torres will set the ball up for an attack. And the Wolverines respond in turn with an attack by Merzik and a point for the Wolverines. Wolverines just 2 points away from winning set 2 and taking a commanding lead in this game. Timeout called by Bowling Green. We'll be back with you to conclude set 2 in just a moment. Wolverines serve down the near sideline. Well defended by Bowling Green. The attack by Pertovsky finds the block from Bowling Green. Diving to keep the play alive is Boney. And Merzik will send the ball up and over the net. A desperation play turns into a point for the Wolverines. And set point is upon them. The fans back on their feet, cheering the Wolverines on. Kendall Murray to serve. On the far sideline this time. Cross court, bumped by Torres, set by Hovey to the near side, attack by Androva, tipped up and over. Diving to keep the play alive is Hannah Grant. Her dive will send the ball into Scotty Johnson, and then the ground. Second set point. Serving for Bowling Green, Jaden Waltz. Bowling Green has to win 6 straight points in order to not lose this set. Can they do it? It all starts with a serve. Down the sideline. Attack by Robinson finds the net after a rough set from Scotty Johnson. The ball didn't have nearly enough height on it. So when Robinson came in for the attack, and she reached her full height, the ball ended up striking her in the shoulder. Serve by Waltz. Unable to be corralled by the defense back line of the Wolverines. It's 20-24. Fans still on their feet, have been for a couple plays now. At the conclusion of set 2, we'll bring you around the gridiron for a score update as well as the baseball diamond. Walt serves, strikes the top of the net. Johnson reacts quickly, keep the play alive. Attack by Merzik, dug by Torres on the far side. Androva with an attack, diving to keep the play alive is Grant. Merzik with attack, dug by Torres again. Bowling Green keeps play alive, and Drova sends the ball up and over. Bump set by Johnson. Attack blocked well by Bowling Green. Attack by Merzik, tipped up and over the attack. The block, rather. Bowling Green keeps play alive. Johnson with the bump. Another bump from Grant. Tipped up over by Pertovsky. Still no point. The attack blocked in front by Merzik, and that's the set. Wolverines take set 2 with an electrifying final point. 25-20 is the score. Through 2 sets, Jess Merzik with 10 kills and 2 errors. Robinson with 8 kills and no errors. Kendall Murray with 7 kills and 2 errors. 14 assists for Scotty Johnson, as well as 2 kills on 3 attempts. And 10 assists from Maddie Dowd. In terms of blocks, 3 for Robinson and 3 for Boney and 4 for Pertovsky through 2 sets. It's Kids Day here at Chrysler Arena as kids 6th grade and under can practice their serves on the court after the conclusion of the game. And as the children play musical beanbags here in Chrysler Arena, we'll take a look at the NFL scoreboard. 4 minutes into the 3rd quarter, the Commanders have scored a touchdown. Looks like that happened at the end of the No, that's the beginning of the 3rd quarter that happened in. They trail the Lions by 15 still. Midway through the 3rd quarter, Jets trail the Browns 14-17. Buccaneers and Saints tied up at 3. That's a riveting game there. Halfway through the 3rd. The Giants and the Panthers tied at 13. Patriots lead the Steelers 10-6, and the Jaguars ahead of the Colts 17-0, and the Ravens, after some concerns by some fans about how their team would fare without their running backs, they're doing just fine against the Miami Dolphins. It's 28-7. Looking at baseball, the Mets are up on the Pirates 3-0 in the middle of the 4th. Twins beating the Guardians 1-0 at the top of the 6th. They've also got a man on first and no outs. The Orioles and the Blue Jays tied at 1 in the top of the 4th. The Orioles with a man on second and third and 2 outs. The count is 2-1, and a line out to second. We'll get the second out, rather. And musical beanbags ends in an unprecedented tie. Although, if it were up to me, the boy in blue had a false start during the first round. He should have been out of here immediately. But I guess that's why they keep me on the radio and not judging musical beanbags for children. I'm too much of a stickler for the rules, I suppose. I don't know, I feel like false starts and musical chairs and musical beanbags, that's an automatic out. I don't know, it's something in my soul tells me that. And yes, this is what rambling is like on solo broadcasts. We're getting ready for set number 3 here. The Wolverines won a game in straight sets last on September 10th, last weekend, against North Carolina, against UNC. Prior to that, Morehead State was their last straight set win. That was on September 2nd. So about once per weekend, they get a straight set win so far. And, you know, that pattern holds true even one weekend further back. They got 2 straight set wins on the 26th of August. That was quite a day for the Wolverines in Flagstaff, Arizona. They beat Old Dominion at noon in straight sets, followed by Northern Arizona at 6:30 in straight sets. Wolverines haven't given up 2 sets in a game since their loss to Duke on the 9th. Yesterday, they won the first 2 sets, but then they dropped the third 22-25 to Mississippi State, a team that beat Bowling Green in 5. So we'll see what happens here. Wolverines coming out of the set break, the intermission, with an interesting lineup of Pertovsky, Boney, and Mrzik, Robinson, Dowd, and Murray. They will be serving, it appears, as they will not have Hannah Grant, their libero. Yes, they will. Boney will be the one to be pulled out of that starting 7. Kendall Murray goes cross-court, diving to the ground to play the ball is Torres. The attack by Bowling Green finds its way through the block of the Wolverines, but the attack by Mrzik finds Hardwood. Michigan with the first point of the set. For the first time today, they are up 1-0. That's Mrzik's 11th kill of the day. She's also got 2 assists to her name. Murray cross-court again, played up by Androva. The attack blocked in front by Pertovsky and Robinson. Michigan up 2-0 in set 3. Wolverines scramble to play the attack of Bowling Green. Mrzik with a tip. That'll strike the out-of-bounds pole. Point Bowling Green. Pertovsky with just 1 block per set, according to MGO Blue blog. Oh, that may be solo blocks. Dowd with the set. Robinson's attack is blocked in front by Hovey. The Bowling Green fans are pleased with that, but the attack from Bowling Green goes out of bounds. The depth was good. It was just a bit off to the right side, which would be the near side, as we're looking at it from the radio. Michigan on radio right. Falcons radio left. Brooke Humphrey gets back into the game, the serving specialist. From the center of the court, goes to the right side. Set by Androva. The attack stays on the far side, down the line, strikes the corner. Point Bowling Green, 3-2. That ball came just in bounds. The attack by Kat Mandley. Perfectly placed, absolutely beautiful. Mateel to serve for the Falcons. On her knees with the dig is Grant. Murray's attack strikes the top of the net. Slows down, stays in bounds. Falcons scramble to play the ball, but they do successfully. Mrzik's attack blocked in front. Grant was there to make sure the ball stayed in play. Attack by Androva, just over the block from the Wolverines, but played by Murray. Boney will send the ball over. And the Wolverines can't handle the attack from Bowling Green, as on her knees with the dig was Dowd. After the dig, the ball goes under the net. It's 3-3 in set 3. Serving is Bowling Green star Alexis Mateel. And a service error at an untimely moment, trying to take the lead. Michigan gets that point there. And you hear the trombones playing from the Michigan Volleyball Band, as they do every time the opposing team has a service error, which has been rare today. In fact, that was the first service error of the day for the Bowling Green Falcons, compared to the 4 the Wolverines have had. 3 by Pertovsky. Beals will serve for the Wolverines down the sideline, and a powerful attack from Bowling Green on the near side whizzes right past Hannah Grant and strikes the ground. 4-4 is the score. Lauren Hovey from the near side, and another service error. That's 2 serves in a row, finding the net for the Bowling Green Falcons. They're trying to get back in this match, trying to win set 3. Merzik with the serve from the near side. Torres with the bump. Hovey sets towards the far side. And the attack by Caitlin Meyer finds the center of the court horizontally, but touches the baseline, stays in bounds. 5-5 is the score. Serve goes cross court, out of bounds. That's 3 straight service errors for Bowling Green. That serve by Kat Mandley. This would be a perfect opportunity for Bowling Green to string together a run of points, pull ahead of Michigan, and maybe transfer that into a set win. But a service ace from Hannah Grant gets the Wolverines up by 2. The ball touched and played by Alex Leboy on the back left wing. Hannah Grant, float serve, drops towards the center. Diving to keep the play alive is the Bowling Green Falcons' libero Torres. Michigan able to capitalize on the chaos with an attack. They're up by 3 now. That was a kill by Jess Robinson. Grant serves. Torres with the bump. The ball stays on the baseline. Sent towards the net on the far side. 2 attacks by Caitlin Meyer as the first one was blocked. Now Kendall Murray with the attack go from the near side, goes cross court to the baseline. Diving to keep the play alive is Torres. She cannot. Timeout called by Bowling Green as the Wolverines are on a 4-0 scoring run. They're up by 4. It's 9-5. We'll be back with you after this timeout. But if you're listening, remember, it's a maze-out on Wednesday, September 18th, as Ohio State comes to town. That'll be here in the Chrysler Arena. Stay tuned for more Michigan volleyball coming up in just a moment. Anna Grant will continue to serve for the Wolverines. 2 or 3 feet away from the near sideline. Stays down the line. The attack blocked in front by the Wolverines, and a double touch by Indrova will get the point for the Wolverines. They're up by 5. It's 10-5. Indrova's bump struck the net and came back down, and on instinct she played the ball again. And a service error by Hannah Grant brings that 5-0 scoring run to a close. She went down the line again, but the ball had just a little bit too much horizontalness to it. Not enough of an arc as it strikes the net. Torres serves. On her knees, keeping the play alive, is Amber Beals, the defensive specialist for the Wolverines. Wolverines launch a soft attack, and the attack by Caitlin Meyer is blocked out in front by, looks like, Johnson and Murray. That might be credited as a solo block for Robinson, rather. Nope, it's block assists by Johnson and Robinson, half a block to each of them. And now Scotty Johnson, after the block, will serve. 11-6 is the score. Her serve will strike the top of the net. Carry over, just enough speed. Wolverines with an attack. And an attacking error. Unsure of why, but it is. Point Bowling Green. It's 11-7. I think it might have been a double touch on a bad serve. No, it's called an attacking error on Jess Robinson. Unsure. Either way, the score is 11-7. Wolverines up by 4 as we enter this middle stretch of the third set. Jaden Waltz will serve. Waltz with 2 errors on 3 attempts and no kills for a serve percentage of -2/3. Attacking percentage, rather. Hitting percentage of -2/3. There we go. That's the name of the stat. Kendall Murray with an attack from the far side. Goes cross-court. Unable to play it is Hovey. She goes down for the dig. The ball hits the top of her forearms and goes out of play, out of bounds. Serve by Kendall Murray. Stays down the sideline. LeBoy with the serve, and the attack finds the side of Maddie Dowd's face. She seems to be no worse for wear, but Michigan doesn't win that point. Wolverines also playing field hockey today. They're up 2-0 on Cornell. Goals by Sarah Piertek and Laura Clark. Once at the conclusion of this game, you can find that one on WCBN2. Indrova serve out of bounds. That's 4 service errors on the set for the Bowling Green Falcons. And the Trombones back in action. Brooke Humphrey back in to serve for the Wolverines. She's sent it to the far side, so the Bowling Green Falcons left wing both other times. And this time she does as well. Torres is there with the bump. A leaping set by Waltz. Attack on the near side, well played by the Wolverines. Merzik sends the ball over. And the attack comes from the near side this time from Waltz. I had a lot of heat on it. Unable to control it is Maddie Dowd. That was incredible. And a service ace from Bowling Green from the far side goes cross court. 13-10 is the score. Unable to receive the ball was Jess Merzik. Mathiel serves again. Merzik plays this one well. Diving to keep the play alive is Dowd. The ball finds its way back to Merzik. Merzik tries to block, but the ball goes out of bounds off the attack. Point Michigan. 14-10 is the score. Johnson and Beals come in for the Wolverines. Beals to serve from the far side, stays on the sideline. And an attack error by Jessica Andrews, her 3rd of the day for Bowling Green. Michigan up by 5 now, 15-10. 10 points away from winning this match in straight sets. Beals, another down the line serve from the far side. The set by Walt, and the attack by Hovey is blocked in front by Mrzik and Pertovsky, rather. Boney? Yeah, Boney. (16-10) is the score. Wolverines on a 3-0 run. Beals to serve. That's a floater down the sideline. The attack blocked in front, but out of bounds. Point Bowling Green. To serve is Hovey. 5 feet off the sideline on the near side. Cross court. Received by Grant. Set by Johnson to the near side. Mrzik's attack. Played well by Torres. The tip from Mandley goes up and over Johnson, but she's able to come back and bump anyways. The attack succeeds for Michigan. They're up by 6, 17-11. Kendall Murray with the kill, assisted by Hannah Grant. That's Grant's 4th assist on the day. She's also got 12 digs to her name and 2 service aces. Mrzik to serve. From the near side to the far side, that's a deep serve towards the baseline. The attack touches the block for the Wolverines. The ball carries up after the block. Diving to keep the play alive is Hannah Grant. She reaches the ball, but unable to control it. Point Bowling Green, 17-12. Mandley to serve. Finds the middle of the court. That ball died in the air. And a communication error by the Wolverines give the points to the Bowling Green Falcons. Johnson, Murray, and Beals all backed away from the ball. None of them went to get it as it fell down in the middle of the court. Mandley serves. Received by Mrzik on the far side. Johnson set to the near side. Murray's attack. Received well by Bowling Green. Set by Johnson to the middle. Attack by Mrzik. Diving to keep the play alive is Lindsay LaPinta. She cannot. And Mrzik's attack successful. Wolverines 7 points away from winning the match in straight sets. Bowling Green trails by 5. Grant to serve for the Wolverines. When she does, it's always, or often rather, resulting in a string of points for the Wolverines. She is the best server for the maize and blue. Unsure of what the holdup is. The referee talking to the scorer's table, but giving a couple thumbs up. If you're liking what you're hearing, you can listen to almost every Michigan home team game right here on WCBN's YouTube channel and WCBN2. Breaking news, the Orioles have turned a triple play in their game against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays up by 1 as the Orioles find themselves slipping further and further away from that wild card position. in terms of the NFL. The Commanders slowly climbing their way back in this game against the Lions. Scores 15-29. Jets and Browns tied up at 17 with the Browns charging down the field. Giants and Panthers tied up at 13 as they enter quarter number 4. Still unsure as to what the issue is, but the Wolverines up by 5. It's 18-13 here in Chrysler Arena. Mark Rosen displeased with the referee, interrupting the Wolverines' momentum with such a long pause. Looking ahead for Michigan Volleyball, they are away next weekend. They will be in Piscataway, New Jersey, as they face Rutgers, a struggling Rutgers team, but when it comes to the Rutgers volleyball program, struggling seems to be their modus operandi. The Rutgers volleyball team, 6-7, lost to Townsend, lost to Kansas State, lost to Loyola Chicago, a team that the Wolverines did beat. Lost to FIU. It's just been a time for the Rutgers team. It's been a couple years. The Wolverines will then travel on Sunday to play Penn State, a Penn State team that has done very well for themselves so far. That'll be the first real challenge for the Wolverines in the conference slate before they make their way back home. Middle of the week, that's Wednesday, the 28th, that maze out against Ohio State. They find themselves on the road again in Northwestern in Evanston, Illinois, before a homestand for Dollar Day and Pride Day, Minnesota and Nebraska. Finally, we get back to action here. Wolverines up 18-13. Grant serve. Drops in the middle of the court. And the attack by Jessica Andrews finds hardwood. After all that, the Wolverines drop the next point. It's 18-14, and to serve is Torres. Serena Niambio coming in for the Wolverines. The freshman. Getting her first game action today. And Bowling Green cuts the Wolverines' lead to 3 on a strong attack from the far side. Kill by Jaden Waltz. That is her first of the day. And the Wolverines struggle to pick up points again. It's now 16-18 off an attack on the near side. Mark Rosen may think about calling a timeout soon. He's taking Nyambio out, putting Robinson back in. Wolverines lining up on the near side. It's where they expect the serve to go. Torres will instead serve. She serves down the line. That ball dropped. And the Wolverines can't get the ball back over the net. Timeout called by Mark Rosen. Appropriately, as the Wolverines drop 4 consecutive points. They lead by just 1 as we enter this third act of the third set. I'll be right back after this timeout. We'll be back in 1 moment. Don't change that YouTube channel. We're back for the perhaps conclusion of the third set between Michigan and Bowling Green. Torres with the serve. She's led the Falcons on a 4-0 run. Falcons attack. That's blocked in front by Robinson and Murray. Michigan gets the point. It's 19-17. Ellie Hallgren in the game for the Wolverines. She had a lot of action in the first part of the season for the Wolverines. She's been used as a bench player pretty sparingly these past few appearances. Johnson serve. Finds his way to the center of the court towards the baseline. Wolverines using desperation plays to keep the ball alive. And from the ground, Grant's able to send the ball over the net. Grant with the bump on the near side. Attack by Merzik. Well defended on a dig. And a first touch attack by Hallgren on the far side. Wolverines get the points. They're 5 away from winning the match. Johnson to serve from the far side. She's about 14 or 15 feet back off the baseline. Running serve, a floater. Drops at the center of the court. Set by Waltz. Gets through the block from Robinson. And the attack by Murray blocked out in front by Bowling Green, 2018. And as the Wolverines developed a little bit of a lead at the middle part of the third set, this closing act is neck and neck. 20-18 is the score. If you're new to volleyball, it's first to 25. Serve by Jaden Waltz. Stays on the near sideline. Merzik has trouble playing it, but Hannah Grant is able to get there, and 3 bumps is what it takes for the Wolverines to get the ball over on the near side. Attack kept alive by a diving Merzik. Attack by Murray. Finds the block in front, and a first touch tip over the net from Robinson. Though it gets the Wolverines to within 4 of a victory now. Murray to serve. On the far side, the right wing for the Wolverines. Aiming cross court. Torres with the dig. Attack. Touches the top of the net. So that slows the ball down just enough for the Wolverines to be able to play it. And a strong attack by Murray leaping from the back. Timeout called by Bowling Green as Michigan is just 3 points away. We'll be back with you after this timeout, or rather, since this might be towards the end of the game, we'll give you one last update on the gridiron. The Browns ahead of the Jets by 7 as they just scored a touchdown. 24-17. 10 minutes left in the fourth. Giants lead the Panthers as they just scored a field goal. They're up by 3, 16-13. 12.5 left to go in that game. The Tom Brady-led Buccaneers struggling on offense. That game still 3-3. 10:33 left in the game. 6 minutes left in Colts-Jaguars. Jaguars up 24-0. Matt Ryan's offense not been able to do anything of note. Ravens and Dolphins entering the fourth quarter. Ravens up 35-14. Lamar Jackson with a 76-yard touchdown run. Surprised the turf monster didn't get him. At the end of the timeout, Michigan 3 points away from winning this thing in straight sets. They won the first set 17-25, second set 20-25. We'll see how set 3 ends up. Murray to serve. Aims cross court. That drops towards the center. Torres with the attack. Dug well by Johnson. Bumped up on the near side by Grant. Merzik with a soft attack over the net. Robinson blocks the ball. Bowling Green keeps it alive. The tip kept alive by Grant with a bump. Johnson sets back behind herself over to the near side. Attack by Merzik. And the attack by Alexis Matil for Bowling Green on the far side, hits the block, and the ball will then fall out of bounds. It's 22-19. Wolverines still lead by 3. Indrova. Cross-court serve. Murray unable to control it. That's a service ace for Indrova. Her first of the day. Reception error by Kendall Murray. Indrova to serve again. Wolverines lead by just 2 now. Targets Murray again. She receives this one well, and the attack by Merzik from the near side strikes hardwood as a bug tries to attack me here. 23-20. And Brooke Humphreys brought in to get 2 points for the Wolverines and send us and the fans home happy. Humphreys goes to the left side this time instead of the right. Diving to receive it is Indrova. The attack from Mansley goes past the baseline, and the fans rise to their feet for set and match point. SS Brooke Humphrey. The ball and the game in her hands. Goes to the left, played by Torres. Attack blocked in front by Hallgren, but then out of bounds as she doesn't get all of it on the block. Bowling Green needs 3 unanswered points. Almost got that last time. Wolverines had trouble closing out the second set. Bowling Green scored a break point, followed by 2 points on the serve. Set by Johnson behind her back. Hallgren's attack blocked out in front. Bowling Green trails by 2. Wolverines still just need that 1 point. Mathiel to serve. From the far side. Goes towards the near side. Bumped by Merzik. Merzik's attack. Well received by Bowling Green. And Kendall Murray has to dive to keep the play alive. And then Grant dives to keep the play alive. Some desperation plays there by the Wolverines. The attack goes out of bounds by Mansley. And Wolverines defeat the Falcons in straight sets. 25-17, 25-20, and 25-22. Jess Merzik ends the day with 13 kills. She leads the team on 33 attempts. Murray with 11, Robinson with 10, Bonnie with 3, Johnson with 2, and 1 for Hannah Grant, Haley Hallgren, and May Pertovsky. The Wolverines end with a .309 hitting percentage. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of Michigan Volleyball. My name is Joshua Tenzer. Good night, and go blue, as the Wolverines are your victors valiant tonight.